Hi everybody, it's John Burke of Burke Company along on Foster Real Estate Group, and I am continuing our series focusing on the Seattle City rental market. Today I want to keep it very, very simple. I want to talk about some categories of homes, some very common categories of homes that you find in Seattle, the range right now in which those homes are being purchased in different locations, beach block versus the 100 block, and then the general income that you can expect on those properties if you were to rent them. This is a very general guide. There's a lot of nuance to picking a property if you're looking for a pure investment. There's actually a property on the market right now that I think is a huge opportunity for somebody. Not necessarily right where it's listed, but we're reaching the part of the year, I think, with that property, with how long it's been on the market, you could make an offer, and that's very, very big potential. So if you are looking for either a pure investment property, or if you're looking for, a vacation home, but you need it to function as an investment, the rental income is very, very important to you, give me a call. Talk to me. I follow this stuff very, very closely, and I think at this point, after 10 years, I'm pretty dedicated to my work. I have a very strong understanding, particularly in Seattle City, of the relationship between rental properties, rental income, and sale properties, and I'd love to talk about it. So let's look at some categories real quick. Okay, first up is what I'm calling the M house. These are all over the island. As soon as you know what it's called, you will see it everywhere. The roof of the line of the roof looks like an M. Those were built by JF Builders, late 90s, early 2000s. This category of home doesn't just have to be a JFM. McLaughlin built a lot back then. Gleason built a lot back then. That category of home from that era, around the same number of square feet. There's no bonus rooms in those. Actually, some of them do occasionally have bonus rooms. So generally, there's no bonus rooms, the ones I'm talking about, and they're 4 or 5 bedroom units. Right now, the price point, if you're buying one of those on the 100 block, that's between Landis and Central, it's anywhere from like $1.3 to $1.6 million, depending upon location and condition. And on the beach block, the numbers on those can be anywhere from like 1.7 all the way up to 2 million if they're really in tip-top condition. What sort of rent will you see? Well, on the 100 block, you're looking at about $50,000 over the course of the summer. And on the beach block, it should be around $70,000 if you really work the property that you should be able to do. There's some ways to bend a lot of those numbers, both on the sales and on the rentals. So if you are interested, talk to me. The next category of home I want to talk about, a lot of these were built by, obviously, JF Builders. Tom Welsh was very popular in the era. He built a lot of these. Mashura built some of these too. There's a few other builders. Is when they went to the 4 to 5 bedroom version, but what they started to put in were these bonus rooms. Now, these are the bonus rooms that are not, legal. They're on the ground floor. They're not covered by insurance. People went in after the fact and they finished those out. But they became really popular both with owners here and with renters here. So it sort of becomes a whole new category. They're also, they're built anywhere from, say, 2003 or 4 up until about 2008. So because of that, too, you can kind of imagine, unless they've been touched up, they get some of the darker cabinets, things like that. They don't necessarily pop in the way that some of the newer houses do in pictures. Purchase prices on those right now, on the beach block, you could be looking anywhere from $2.1 to $2.4 million. On the 100 block, you're looking anywhere from 1.5 to maybe like 1.7, depending upon condition. When it comes to rental income, you're very likely able to do, 90, well, it depends a lot on condition of these, but you might be able to get up towards like $90,000 on the beach block at this point, $80 to $90,000 on the beach block at this point. And on the 100 block, you're probably looking at something around like $60,000. So that's the non-elevated bonus room houses that were built back in that era. Well, the bonus room got so popular that Seattle kind of had a problem because they were illegal. So they changed the zoning to raise the elevation that you could build to on top, which let them elevate the bonus rooms. So now the new construction, starting I think around like 2013-ish, they have the elevated bonus room. That's legal, fully insurable bonus room there. So a lot of times I'm talking about new construction when I say this, but we're all getting old. 2013 was a long time ago at this point. It's almost 10 years ago. So there's a lot of these that also come on the secondary market right now. So, the new construction price on these on the 100 block right now is up around 1.8, 1.9. A lot of times the older ones sell furnished for a number very similar to that. So you're getting the furniture on a 3 or 4 year old house. You're going to get all the furniture and you're going to pay the same price as the new construction. On the beach block right now, similar phenomenon. The new ones are selling for 2.5 to 2.7. Pre-existing ones are probably towards the bottom part of that range. But furnished, if it were in a great location, it might move towards the top part of that range. As well. So what are these renting for? Well, they can rent for a lot of money. On the beach block, you've got all the right looks right now. You got the right location. You've got those big houses. Most of them have elevators on the beach block. And your number's really safely at $100,000. You're really building from that $100,000 there. And when you go back onto the 100 block, you're still looking at about $75,000, $80,000 on these houses right now. And those are really safe bottom end numbers. You can really build up from depending upon how you use the house. So those are the, 3 categories I wanted to mention today. There's a lot of spin-offs of those categories. There's older houses. There's, condos. How do they rent? I could talk about all of that, but I'm trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter. All right, so it's John Burke for Burke Co, Long & Foster Real Estate Group. And I'm not, I don't think I'm getting full of myself when I say I do this every day. I work very hard at my job. I do believe that I understand these things, this market at this point. I've given 10 years of my life to it. I talk to people who have been doing it longer than me all the time. So if you are thinking about a property and maybe rental income is the way that you make that property possible to you, especially now with, rising interest rates and it being more costly to carry homes, give me a call. Talk to me. A lot of people don't get the numbers, don't understand the numbers until you start talking about it. So please don't be shy. Even if your plan is years off, it's gotten a lot slower. I have a lot more time than I used to. And I'm always happy, educate people, deal with questions, and talk about, possibilities and how to make things happen. So once again, it's John Burke for Burke Co, Long & Foster Real Estate Group. We're going to do one more next week on the rental series, and then we're going to get back on talking about the sale market. And see you next week.